You can watch the screen.
Can't even hear what
Anyone who needs an extra seat, please join us in filling the seats behind our practice. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Andrew Foster, and I am Vice President for Student Services here at Albertus. Members of the faculty, administration, alumni, guests, students, and especially the members of the graduating class of 2017, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to our Albertus Magnus College 2017 Laurel Awards ceremony. The Laurel ceremony gives us the opportunity to recognize and celebrate with students who have demonstrated academic excellence. Please join me in offering a round of applause to these outstanding members of the class of 2017. I'd like to now invite Sister Joan Scanlon to come forward to begin the sermon by leading us in a prayer.
We read in the Gospel of Matthew, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify God." Today, we are putting your accomplishments on a lampstand, that they may give light to all in this house. Today, we are honoring you for your hard work and your commitment. It is our hope and prayer that you continue to give to others the fruits of your contemplation, that the pillars of prayer, study, community, and service will be a part of your life. May your light continue to shine. May your good deeds inspire others and give glory to God, our Creator, Redeemer, and Sanctifier. Amen.
Before I introduce the next speaker, I would just like to suggest that for those receiving laurels today, that you enter the stage from the right and then you exit from the left. At the conclusion of the ceremony, I will ask that all the award recipients to come forward to the stage to have a group photo taken. At that point in time, we're going to ask mom, dad, and everyone else who are here to just wait a little bit and give the photographer a chance to be able to take those, just a couple shots, and then after that you'll have your opportunities. So thank you. Now, on to this one. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Sean O'Connell, Vice President for Academic Affairs, to explain the laurel traditions and bestowal of laurels. Dr. O'Connell will be assisted by Dr. Ross Edwards, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs.
Thank you. One thing that is at the core of being human, that's essential to us, is that we are people who think about the future. In fact, neuroscientists say that human beings spend far more time thinking about the future than they do about the past or the present. And if you think about it, it really does make us unique, because what's special about thinking about the future is that we have to think about what we're going to do with our lives. How are we going to spend our lives? What's going to be important to us? What are we going to value? What are we going to count as significant? If you just live in the present, those things aren't really an issue. We live at a time that is particularly challenging for answering those questions, and in a way, in a very good way, because unlike many people in past generations and past cultures, we're exposed to so much. There are so many possibilities for what the future might be that are presented to us. How do you decide? How do you decide what it's worth to spend your life on, to commit yourself to? Now you may wonder why I'm raising this at Laurel Day celebration, a celebration of your accomplishments. If you think about it, a ceremony like Laurel Day is in fact a symbolic occasion. And a symbolic occasion is one that presents a possibility, a world to be realized, and that calls you, challenges you, and say, invites you really, to take up that world. So, what is Laurel Day? Well, it's a tradition of the college. It's the oldest tradition the college has. It dates back to 1925, when the first class decided to bestow honors on those who had excelled. But they were looking back to the ancient Greeks, who bestowed laurels, and you all will remember the Olympic Games over 2,000 years ago they started. They bestowed laurels on their outstanding athletes, but also on those who excelled in music, in poetry, in art, in literature. So, what is this supposed to tell us? What is this supposed to be beckoning us to? Well, I think there are three things that are embedded in this ceremony and what laurels are about. The first is that a well-lived life is a life of the mind. We don't think about that very much. It's not something that you really hear. If you think about it a lot, we're thinking about how do I succeed, how do I excel as an individual. But really, if you think about it, what you've been given, what you prepare for, and what you excel at is an ability to understand the world, to appreciate the world, to stand in awe of the world. That's a lifelong endeavor. And it's what education ultimately is all about. So the first thing about Laurel Day is that it celebrates this ongoing life quest. The second thing about Laurel Day is that it reminds us that we do not engage in this journey alone. We stand on what came before us, on those Greeks, on that class of 1925. We require a community in order to be able to engage in the search for truth. The philosopher, the 20th century philosopher, Hans-Georg Gadamer, said that the event of truth is the connection, the merger of horizons. Now, what does he mean? Well, each one of us brings to the table insights, understanding, our experience of the world, our expertise, but it's limited, right? And unless we encounter the other, unless we encounter other people with their insights, their understandings, then we can never grow, we can never develop, we can never evolve, we can never really engage in that search for truth. So it's important, and what we're called to is, in fact, to, first of all, be outward oriented. We can't put ourselves first. If you put yourself first, then you remain closed in on yourself. We can't put borders and barriers between ourselves and others. We have to have the courage to engage others and to not just accept others, but to challenge them and to enable them and allow them to challenge us to grow. And finally, what this ceremony tells us about and reminds us of is, in fact, that we are stewards, that we are the beneficiaries of those who came before us. It's only by virtue of what they have given to us that we are here now, that we've accomplished what we have accomplished. And what that means is that we now have a responsibility to move forward to the future. And so when I began talking about a movement towards the future, a visioning of the future, what we are called to is the creation of a future in which everyone else has the capacity, the ability to engage in that life, that search for meaning, that life of the mind, that ability to be able to look at the universe and stand in front of it in awe. So as we begin these Laurel ceremonies, I would like to call you, remember, I said that it's a symbol that calls you to a way of life. And that way of life is really a life that was embedded in the mission of this college, was the foundation of this college, a calling that is part of the Dominican tradition. I want to call you to take up that life, that Dominican life, of at once searching for the truth, engaging in ongoing, relentless contemplation, and from that, then to give back to others, to be of service to self and others in the world, and to create a world in which everyone has the opportunities that we've been graced to have. So without further ado, I'd like now, it's my great privilege, on behalf of the college, to bestow laurels on the class of 2017. I have a problem because I can't see you when I do this, and I can't see that when I do that. I'm doing a lot of this. So, several of our graduating students have been accepted into National Honor Societies as testimony of their outstanding academic achievements. Who's who among students in American universities and colleges. Inclusion in who's who among students in American universities and colleges is based on scholarship, participation in academic and extracurricular activities, citizenship, and service to the school, and promise of future usefulness. Please stand when your name is called. Nicole Archer, Phineas Bakigura, sorry about that, Darlene Battle, Lisa Chiaramella, Daniel Constantinidi, Jennifer DeGrand, Devin DeLaudo, Sharon Dunkley Gentles, Yvette Fowler, Anthony Franco, Suhaili Gardner, Cornelius Strauss, Megan Heaps, Mohammed Hussain, Stacy Hurley, Cameron Hines, Candace Johnson, Sherry Keller, Lisa Knight, Kashim Levitt, Eduardo Lanos, Michael Maselli, Sandra McKinney, Sharon Moore, Julia Nicolo, Stephen Mignoli, Tiffany Robinson, Stephen Schaeffel, Taylor Skiles, Christine Soto, and Teresa Terry. Please note that I will distribute the certificates of membership at the conclusion of the ceremony. So if you come up, I will give you the certificates at that point. Alpha Sigma Lambda. Alpha Sigma Lambda is the National Honor Society for non-traditional students in our Division of Accelerated Degree Programs. Please stand when your name is called. Eric Anderson, Stephen Angelica, Sarah Burgess, Louise Casanova, David Segan, Lisa Chiaramella, Kimberly Creechy, Deborah Davis, Genevieve DeSisto, Michael Fetz, Shannon Gallo, Emily Gallagher, Mohammed Hossein, Amy Jett, Candace Johnson, Tirzai Kemp, Charles Langford, Jacqueline Lewis, Eduardo Lanos, Gloria Lanos, Eric Anderson, Stephen Angelica, Sarah Burgess, Louise Casanova, David Segan, Lisa Charmella, Eric Anderson, Stephen Angelica, Sarah Burgess, and Louise Casanova. Please get this down. Alpha Phi Sigma. Alpha Phi Sigma is the National Criminal Justice Honor Society. This year, Alberta Magnus College recognizes Natalie T. Ellis. Kappa Gamma Pi. Inclusion in Kappa Gamma Pi, the National Catholic College Honor Society, is awarded to graduates who are in the top 10% of their class and have demonstrated academic excellence and faith-based leadership during their college years. Please stand as your name is called. Carla Ayub, Omri Barnes, Nicole Brown, Taylor Chamberlain, Shauna K. Clark, Daniel Constantinidi, Jake Corello, Jennifer DeGrand, Devin Delalo, Danielle Durazo, Sharon Dunkley Gentles, Annette Eastman, Elizabeth Balsino, Anthony Franco, Carla Frett, David Gagliardi, Emily Gallagher, Suhaili Gardner, Lee Scouts, Vasiliki Rumasas, Roberta Harris, Mohammed Hussain, Stacy Hurley, Amy Jack, Candace Johnson, Sherry Keller, Lisa Knight, Kashim Levitt, Sandra McKinney, Melissa Reynolds, Dana Metzger, Marissa Rivera, Rebecca Rowe Indich, Stephen Schaeffel, Melissa Ullery, Amanda Valario, Washington, and Demik White. Please be seated. At the end of the ceremony, I will distribute your certificates. Thank you. I'm flipping because I know that there's a page missing. Perfect. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the faculty speaker, Professor Ron Lee.
Thank you, Dr. O'Connell. I appreciate the introduction. I want to extend my congratulations to all the Laurel Day Award winners and to all the members of the class of 2017. When I teach writing to my students, I encourage them to search for what I call the hook. By this term, I mean that each writer should discover a concept, a theme, a premise, a phrase, or even a word that ties the entire written piece together. The hook is literally the glue of writing. Trying to discover my own hook in crafting this address, I was inspired by the word family. First, each graduate today, if she or he reflects upon it, is here today because of family. Mothers, fathers, siblings, spouses, children, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, all have played a role in your success this evening. Looking ahead, I'm sure that all of you will discover and add new families. These future families may not always be biologically connected to you, but I assure you there are families that await you. I know how important family is. As some of you know, I've been on my own since I was 16. God has been very good to me. I have been blessed with many surrogate families, which have helped me to move forward, to enjoy some success, and to recover from defeat. And these families provided me with the love that each of us really needs. One of my most cherished families is seated here today. So many ways, as I look at the faces in the audience who have allowed me to share their college experience, I see family. For me, you are all family. And I'm so proud to be part of this family. Like all families, we've had our fair share of laughter. Like all families, we've had our differences. Like all families, we've found ways to come together in times of need. And yes, those of us who arrived late for one of my classes, including me, have done our fair share of push-ups. In all seriousness, I have to say that in the many years that I've been fortunate enough to teach at this wonderful college, I have seen our Alberta's family grow and blossom. Indeed, there is something unique and special about Alberta's. The people here, the faculty, the administrators, the staff, your fellow students, we all really know each other. I walk down the halls of Aquinas, and I greet most of you by name. If you think about it, that's really kind of special. More important, we help and support each other. Whether it's an athlete on a team encouraging a teammate, an evening student helping a fellow student with class notes, or a roommate making sure that you made it back safely from a Thursday night downtown. It could be a faculty member meeting with you after class or during office hours. Or often an unseen and unheralded board member giving freely of her or his time to grow and improve this beloved college. Each of us are truly connected. Each of us is part of the Albertus family. What really makes Albertus so special? Why are we different from other colleges and universities? What is that special ingredient? What goes into our secret recipe? How can we describe that unknown variable that binds us together? Really, it's the same thing that binds all families together. Love. I know that commencement speakers are expected to provide safe advice to graduates, to impart some wisdom as you move forward to new adventures. My best advice is simple. Always remember your Albertus family. Always continue to love others. Really, if you think about it, true success and all real happiness always involve love. I cannot begin to tell you how gratified I am that you loved me enough to provide me with the honor to speak to you tonight. As I end this address, I want to share with you a memory. Years back, while living in the projects in New York City, I had a neighbor whom I'll call Miss Viola. Miss Viola always ended every personal encounter with, "Love you." She said it to each of her children as they left for school or as they headed out. She said it at the end of every conversation she shared with friends during her daily travels. She not only showed love to those around her with her warm smile, gentle spirit, and giving persona, she made sure to tell each person that she indeed loved them. I love it. Miss Viola always told me that she loved me, even when I played my music a little too loud. I hope that in some small way over the years, I've been able to show you how much I truly love all of you. But I would be remiss, and I would disappoint Miss Viola if I did not end this speech by saying sincerely from my heart, love you. Thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce the speaker from the Traditional Day program, Ms. Stacy Earle.
Hello. So I kind of feel like we've been asked 100 times what's our plan after graduation, and at this point I feel like saying, well, right after graduation I have dinner plans, and I don't know anything else. This is a time in our lives where we focus on the future and planning. We're getting ready to step into the real world and conquer it. However, all the excitement ahead of us can make us overlook the past. Oftentimes, commencement speeches focus on what is ahead of us, but we wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for the strong foundation that we've been building over the past 4 years. I don't feel the need to talk about all the success that lies ahead of us because it's inevitable. We all know that we're going to thrive in our fields. With that being said, I want to focus my comments around gratitude. It is important to take a moment amongst all the chaos and excitement and reflect on what the past 4 years have given us. For me, I truly found myself at Albertus. I came into college with the idea that I would get a degree, make a few friends and some memories, and get out. I came from a high school with mentality that I was an average student with average potential. However, that was due to the people I surrounded myself with. Members of the Albertus community have forced me to take a good hard look at myself and see that I am much more than average. If you know me, you know planning is something I definitely obsess over. When it comes to my future, I don't just wing it, it's not something I do. However, the summer before my senior year, I realized that my dream of attending law school wasn't really what I wanted anymore. I'm sure many of you can relate to the nervous anxiety that washes over you when you realize that you no longer have a plan with graduation right around the corner. I remember desperately needing a vent session and some guidance, so I turned to one of my most supportive faculty members. I can recall throwing some ideas out about what I could do after graduation, and all I remember him saying is, "Why are you selling yourself so short?" After a brief moment of panic, I realized that I was selling myself short. I was undermining my strengths because I couldn't see them for myself. However, we've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by faculty that see us in ways we don't see ourselves. And after a while, when you let go of the negative views you might have of yourself, you can start to internalize the positive ones that surround you. I'm sure many of you have a similar version of the story I just told. Maybe while I was sharing my story, you were recalling a pivotal moment you had with someone in the Albertus community that changed your path for the better. The faculty and staff at Albertus see the best in us, pushing us to discover our potential and abilities. They invest in our futures, providing us not only with the knowledge needed to thrive in our fields, but they invest themselves in our lives. They are much more than professors and advisors, but a support network that gives us a positive environment in which we have created the foundation for the rest of our lives. I feel great pride in knowing that my Albertus family is a family for life. I look forward to being a member of the Alumni Association because my relationship with Albertus definitely does not end here. With that being said, I think we always need to be mindful of the people that have assisted us in getting to where we are today. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of the future, but that exciting future doesn't exist without a strong past. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to have grown in such a supportive community. If you had told me freshman year what my future looks like after graduation, I probably would have laughed. Now, equipped with the abilities I have acquired at Albertus over the past 4 years, I feel comfortable and confident continuing in my field. And I imagine most of you feel the same. I would like to take a moment to say a few of my personal thank yous. Obviously, my family, who has provided me with the opportunity to attend college, my friends, who even when I'm on the verge of a major meltdown are there for me, to Professor Emhol and Professor Fertini for helping me to develop and improve my writing skills, to Professor Atkins, who has been my on-campus mom for the past 4 years, my trusted advisor, Stephanie Sessler, who has molded me into a working professional and a leader, and finally, Professor Edwards, who has always believed in me and often has to remind me to believe in myself. I'd like to end with one of Sister Anne's favorite quotes. Meister Eckhart says, "The only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it is enough." So tomorrow, remember to stop and say thank you, whether it's a quick text to your mom, an email to your favorite faculty member, or a moment of silence to someone that's watching over you. Remember to be grateful to those that have helped you on this journey. Congratulations, class of 2017, we're ready. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Dr. Christine Atkins, Director of the Honors Program, to come forward at this time to distribute the plaques to our Honors Program graduates. The following students have successfully completed the Honors Program at Albertus Magnus College. Please come forward as I call your name. Stacy Burley. Katerina Brzoza. Georgianese Casanova. Rachel Petadella. Taylor Chamberlain. Daniel Constantinidi. Jennifer DeGrand. Kevin Valera. Elizabeth Falsino. Catherine Ford. Gianna Fasino. Esther Hartson.
Sarah Jordan. Bridget Judd. Sheridan McNamara. Carly Rose. Ali Splenara. Eliani Sola. Megan Thornton. Nicholas Weiler. These honors program students' names will be inscribed on a plaque that will hang in Rosemary Hall. The Cynthia Wooden Cross Award for Academic Excellence in Humanities is awarded to Esther Hartzell. The English Award for Academic Excellence is given to Sheridan McNamara. The Mary Benevento Award. This award is given to the outstanding student athlete in the senior class, the person who best embodies the ancient ideal mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind and a sound body. The recipient of this year's award is Zeta Alasko. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the student speakers from professional and graduate studies. Speaking first will be Jean-Trey Eastman, and speaking second will be Emily Gallagher.
Hello, class of 2017. I want to thank Dr. Arnold for the invitation. Sister, thank you for inviting me as well. It's a privilege to be before you to speak. So I do want to share a little bit of a personal story and hope that it inspires you. Imagine having your world turned upside down. Feel yourself having heart palpitations and your sweat glands kicking into overdrive as your manager motions for you to come into his office and announce that you're being laid off from the very company that you spent a decade giving your all. Imagine furthermore the strain of having a newborn coupled with the looming financial challenges that will soon wreak havoc in your life. Now all of these mounting pressures would surely put someone on their mental. Yet this was my dilemma when ING laid me off about 6 years ago, when the company was reeling from what later became known as the Great Recession. My daughter was only 1 month old. I had no clue about what to do next. This experience was what one of my instructors coined as a personal 9/11 event. It's where unsuspected adversity is like having a plane suddenly crash into a building. Unlocked doors that I once took for granted were now permanently shut. But when one door closes, another door opens. So when ING closed its doors on me, another door opened that nudged me to begin to discover the truth about myself. That search for truth eventually landed me at Albertus Magnus College's East Hartford campus to enroll in its New Dimensions program. What fascinated me about becoming an Albertus Falcon, besides the robust curriculum, friendly staff, and financial aid, was Albertus's simple yet profound mission, which states to provide men and women with an education that promotes the search for truth in all its dimensions and is practical in its application. It didn't take much to convince me to enroll in Albertus's New Dimension program. In fact, they had me at hello. And so began my search for truth. I joined an amazing cohort of individuals who represented a diverse mix of generations and ethnicities to achieve a common goal of attaining our degree. And throughout the journey, I met some extraordinary instructors, such as Mike Emmons and Mike D'Angelo, who challenged me to dig deeper for the truth. And in 2013, I obtained my bachelor's degree. Now, one of the wonderful things about the Albertus staff is their persistence. For example, 2 months after I received my bachelor's degree, someone from Albertus called me to find out whether I would be interested in the MBA program. And at first I wasn't interested because of competing priorities. But that soon changed for 2 reasons. One, student loans. 2, and more importantly, was I was already familiar with the program, or with the school, and I understood that Albertus had a quality MBA program, just like the undergrad program I had recently completed. I knew that students who graduated from Albertus's MBA program typically had a good return on their investment. The ROI usually meant well-paying managerial positions that span across a myriad of industries. Moreover, Albertus Magnus College's MBA admission process is pretty straightforward. And the fact that the school waived the enrollment fee is only confirmation that I was making the right choice. Now, what I liked about Albertus Magnus College was its resources. The school has a plethora of online resources, including an online library, e-learning site, and a Google forum where students post discussions around business-related topics. Albertus's online resources makes it easy for anyone to find what they need. Now, Albertus also has knowledgeable instructors and staff. Many of them have had a profound impact on my life. Dr. Wayne Gino, Mike D'Angelo, and Dr. Mike McGibbon push their students to search for the truth, and they support students by offering to help them if they're struggling with any of the course concepts. Now, Albertus Magnus's MBA program created a space for me to meet other individuals, build my professional network, and foster relationships that still exist today. Yet, there are moments where life challenges us, right? There are moments where life challenges us. In literature, the moments are known as the story's arc. It's where the protagonist encounters a situation that forever alters their world. And through those situations, the protagonist finds the courage to overcome those forces and take control of his or her outcome. These are moments of truth. My moment of truth at Albertus occurred during my final year of the MBA program. I struggled balancing work, family, and life. There just never seemed to be enough time in the day. I second-guessed whether I was in the right program. I even thought about dropping out of Albertus's MBA program or switching to another school's program altogether. The pressures of balancing all those things soon took its toll. I was at my wit's end, and I had finally reached my breaking point, or so I thought. One night I hopped onto my laptop at 11 p.m. and feverishly began typing an email demanding to speak with an academic advisor. And Wendelia Brown called me the next morning, and she listened to my frustrations, and she patiently offered some solutions to help me stay on track and stay at Albertus. And her encouraging words talked me off the ledge. Now, it's during moments of truth that truth sets us free, and freedom is afforded to us all. But it takes passion and perseverance, something that author Angela Duckworth calls grit, to keep striving toward a goal. My grandmother always stressed the importance of putting God first, aiming high, and not letting anyone or anything turn you around. In other words, have grit. My family also helped me stay focused on the task at hand. My wife has been my #1 cheerleader, encouraging me to keep on. My mother-in-law made personal sacrifices to watch her grandchildren while I studied or went to class. And my children, who have always been my motivation. I wanted to be a role model for them and show them through my actions how important education is. And for me to achieve this milestone, for them to see, makes everything worthwhile. I am forever indebted to your sacrifices and support, and I thank you for being there for me. You and Albertus have helped me discover the truth about myself. I've learned that I'm a fighter, I'm resilient, and most importantly, I can do all things if I believe and use grit. I'm thankful for the freedom that Albertus Magnus has given me, freedom to think critically, freedom to expand my network, and freedom to expand my net worth. Although my studies at Albertus is complete, my quest for the truth in all its dimensions is still a lifelong aspiration. I am reminded of the lesson found in 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So to my fellow Falcons, family, friends, and esteemed colleagues, I urge you to stay steadfast in your personal search for the truth in all its dimensions. Be bold in searching for your truth. Believe and achieve. Never give up. Nothing is impossible. It just takes having the right amount of grit. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Emily Gallagher, and I'm a student at the Accelerated Degree Program here at the New Haven campus. I want to begin by saying it's an honor and a privilege to have this opportunity to share a few words with you the night before our graduation at the Laurel Awards ceremony. Congratulations to all the awardees and inductees who are being honored here tonight. We've worked hard, and I'd just like to say that it feels good to be acknowledged for that. In thinking about what to share tonight, I wanted to, give my perspective on what it's been like to return to school as a non-traditional student. In order to do this, I'm going to share a personal story. But before I begin, I want to share some background on storytelling. So 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to participate in a storytelling retreat with Donald Davis. He's a celebrated professional storyteller and an author. And in this workshop, I learned that good stories, powerful stories, ones that connect us to a sense of meaning, tend to focus on the relationship between power and authority. They highlight those special moments when our right to do something matches our ability to do it. So this is my story of reconnecting with my power and my authority through education. I dropped out of high school at 18, 3 months shy of graduation. The year before, I was suspended at school and arrested for breach of peace. Prior to this now, I was an honor student, I was a good kid, no disciplinary history, but I was a budding activist, an artist with a rebellious streak, and a lifelong enthusiasm for pushing boundaries. So getting in trouble was perhaps inevitable, but the arrest was not. I'd like to share this. So school-based arrests became commonplace with the rise of zero-tolerance policies, and are correlated with the dramatically increased risk of dropping out. Women and students of color are particularly disproportionately affected by this. And unfortunately, what they do is they needlessly criminalize normal teen behavior and status violations. Such was true in my case. So after my arrest, I lost faith in my educators. I lost faith that they had my best interest at heart. And frankly, the education system I felt had failed me. So in that moment, I disconnected from my power and my authority. And it would take years to recover what I lost. When I dropped out, I assumed I would take a year or two to work, figure out what it means to live independently and support myself. Of course, 1 year stretched into several, and at 22, I found myself a two-time dropout, having made a false start at the big local state school. I achieved my goal, however, of learning to support myself and hack it in the real world. But unfortunately, I was struggling with a profound lack of purpose. So at the time, I was working at a restaurant that is notorious for violating fair wage and labor laws here in New Haven. And on one day, in June 2007, amidst fear of ongoing immigration raids and a growing pile of bounced paychecks, I invited an activist friend of mine to come and talk to some of my undocumented coworkers about their legal rights and what to do in the event of a raid. I knew it was risky, the owner caught us, and I lost my job. But this set in motion an important chain of events that cemented my values around justice and equity and laid the foundation for my career. I learned then that I needed to work in a field where I could make a difference in the lives of others. Serendipitously, that's when I discovered Public Allies. So Public Allies is an AmeriCorps program that connects young people, aspiring leaders to careers in nonprofits and social justice sector. The 2 years that I served with Public Allies AmeriCorps were transformative. Through 3,400 hours of hard work and training and reflection, I was able to reconnect with my power and the sense that I had the ability to impact the world in positive ways, to manifest my values through service to others. I learned that I was abundantly capable. After I graduated, I was exceedingly lucky to land a spot in Public Allies staff, and having finished the program, that was a real honor. But in 2010, not even a year into my role, I felt ill at ease with my position. Here I was leading trainings in nonprofit management, negotiating partnerships with executive directors, responsible for stewarding these young allies and AmeriCorps members through their experience with not a single college credit to my name. And deep down, I felt like an imposter. So it was at that point that I committed to return to school and earn my degree. I started cautiously at first, anxious that old patterns would repeat and I would fail and quit and confirm that formal education wasn't for me. I was so anxious, in fact, I didn't tell anyone I enrolled until after I finished my first semester. But that preparation paid off, and for the first time in many, many years, I succeeded academically. Gradually, I started accruing credits at community college, but 2 years later, still a few classes shy of sophomore standing, the pace was killing me. So I was losing momentum, the promise of graduation seemed further and further away, and once again, I thought about quitting. In spring of 2013, I was meeting with one of my allies, a brilliant and determined woman named Shaquilla Bruno, whose story is very similar to mine in some ways, and wildly divergent in others. Shaquilla had discovered and enrolled in the ADP program here at Albertus, and was singing its praises to me during a coaching session. Now, if you learn only one thing about Shaquilla from this talk, know that she is a force to be reckoned with. She can accomplish more than any of us in a single day. So as she was telling me about how she was balancing, a full-time AmeriCorps program, a part-time job, and a full-time course load of an accelerated program, I was frankly concerned for her and skeptical. But the more we talked, I realized that, she encouraged me to consider it, and I realized that she was right. What I needed was more challenge, not less. I needed a faster pace, an environment that understood the unique challenges of returning to school later in life. I needed educators that were invested in my success, and I found them here at Albertus. So the Accelerated Degree Program that Albertus offers is a unique and important resource in our region, in that it makes it possible for working professionals to complete their degree while balancing the responsibilities of career and family. For me, coming to Albertus has been a bit of a Goldilocks story. So at 21, I was lost in the state university system. At 26, I burned out at community college. Things have been different here. We take small classes with passionate professors who bring real-world experience into our classroom. Professors who are invested in our personal success. We are lucky to have administrators who will go the extra mile for you. Thank you, Amy, wherever you are. And you take the time to build a relationship with us. And this has made all the difference for me. I'll venture to say that this has been a factor in all of our success. The 3 years that I've studied here have not been without challenge. I've worked hard and made sacrifices. We all have. I've also had the help of many wonderful, brilliant, and supportive friends, family members, professors, and colleagues along the way. I've learned much about my field, human services, and about how to think critically, how to navigate academia. But more important than all of this, Albertus created the conditions where my right to an education matched my ability to earn one. and for this I'll be forever grateful. As we prepare to graduate tomorrow, we do so with honorable distinction. Our efforts and gifts have propelled us to this moment, and this is cause for great celebration. Whatever lies ahead for us, graduate school, careers, family life, I challenge you to remember the story and be mindful about how those moments where power and authority connect, and mine your own experience for those powerful stories. Be on the look for the help you'll encounter along the way, and recognize that we are all carrying our past selves, a community of selves with us, into our next chapter. Let's make them proud. Congratulations, fellow members of the class of 2017. I wish us all great good luck.
Can we hear a round of applause again for all the speakers? And there are two recipients for the honors program that I've likely missed in calling names. So I would like now to ask Taylor Boynton. And Nicholas Wilder. The English Achievement Award is presented to Jessica Ritacchio. The Award for Academic Excellence in the MBA program. This award is given to the student who has distinguished himself with outstanding academic achievement in the MBA program. The recipient of this award is Ronald Mung.
Yeah.
The Marietta Knapp Memorial Prize for Scholarly Promise in English is presented to Catherine Ford. The Ellen Bree Burns Award for Academic Excellence. This award is bestowed on the student who is top in her academic study at Albertus Magnus College, one who exemplifies the same dedication to the pursuit of excellence that embodies Judge Burns' long and remarkable career as an advocate for justice and truth. The recipient of this award is Sandra McKinney. The Psychology Award for Academic Excellence. This award is given to the students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement in the field of psychology. The recipients of this award are Taylor Chamberlain and Kimberly Critchie. The award for outstanding capstone research in the Master of Science in Human Services program is awarded to Stephanie Bowers and Carla Ayubi. The award for excellence in internship in the Master of Science in Human Services program is awarded to Emily Fawcett and Jerome Lord. The award for outstanding academic achievement in the Master of Science in Human Services program is awarded to Ruth Clifford and Angela Jackson. The award for excellence in internship in the undergraduate human services program is awarded to Glendrea Bember. The Master of Arts in Art Therapy Award for Excellence in Research is awarded to Hope Bove. The Master of Arts in Art Therapy Award for Excellence in Clinical Internship is awarded to Maylee Chapman and Molly Keeler. The Master of Arts in Art Therapy Award for Creativity and Research goes to Ma Marissa Rivera. The Richard Hennessy Award is given to a New Dimensions student who has combined academic excellence with a selfless dedication which truly exemplifies the spirit and mission of the New Dimensions program. The recipient of this year's award is Toria Austin. The award for academic achievement in sport management goes to Anthony Franco. The award for academic achievement in business management goes to Stephen Scheifel and Eliani Solo. The award for academic achievement in healthcare management goes to Michael Donnarumma and Ada Artaz. The award for academic achievement in accounting goes to Taylor Blumkin and Sarah Burgess. The award for academic achievement in the Master of Science in Accounting program goes to Deborah Kavanaugh. The award for academic achievement in finance goes to Ryan Clark and Dorothy Bonds. The award for academic achievement in computer information systems goes to Richard Jeffrey Scott and Mohammed Hussain. The Sister Rita Mary McBride Memorial Prize is given to a graduating senior who has, in the spirit of Sister Rita Mary McBride, combined academic excellence with a selfless devotion to the college, and who has exhibited the spirit and character which Albertus seeks to foster in all its students. This prize is awarded to Zeta Velasco. The Walsh Family Memorial Prize is given for attaining the highest average in science. This year's recipient is Devin DeLedo. The June Vecchiarelli Award for Outstanding Achievement in Science is given to Katarzyna Brzoza. The Sister Mary Carmel Sullivan Award Memorial Award for Excellence in Mathematics is given to Sarah Jordan. The Bruce Sinke Award for Excellence in Art is given to Taylor Chamberlain. The Master of Arts in Leadership Award is awarded each year to a student who demonstrates overall leadership excellence in academics and practice through their studies as well as their service to the community. This year, the award is being given to Karen Purim-Lipman. The Memorial Prize for Business and Economics is given to Eric Anderson. The Education Award for demonstration of commitment to teaching the skills of careful research and argumentative writing within the context of the study of history is given to Daniel Constantinini. The Education Award for Excellence in Educational Research and Clinical Practice goes to Esther Hartzell and Jessica Ritako. The Education Award for demonstration of excellence in content, knowledge, and clinical practice, and in the ability to advocate for governmental education funding, goes to Sheridan McNamara. The Education Award for Excellence in Knowledge of and Commitment to Teaching Mathematics, awarded in memory of the late Betsy Carter of Hamden Public Schools, respected leader in mathematics instruction in Connecticut, goes to Wendy Paul. The Education Award for Excellence in Dispositions, Knowledge, and Pedagogical Skills goes to Carly Ross. The Education Award for demonstration of ability to adapt to various approaches to teaching world languages goes to Megan Thornton. The Sister Charles Marie Brantle Award for Academic Excellence in Business Administration and Management is given this year to Lisa Bartone. The Wall Street Journal Award is given to Andrew Madison. The Beverly Caffel Award for Outstanding Achievement in Art is given this year to Megan Heeks. the Tammy Ringette Award for Academic Excellence for Academic Achievement in International Business and/or World Languages is given to Georgia Lees. Thank you. The Writing Center Award for Tutoring Excellence is awarded to Shantae Chatfield, Carly Ross, Dan Constantinidi, Julia Nicolo, and Esther Hartzell. Class Marshals. Alberta Magnus College recognizes the academic achievements of its participating graduates with the highest grade point averages in their baccalaureate studies by bestowing the honor of Class Marshal upon them. The Marshals can be identified by their royal blue stoles, white gloves, and honors medallion that adorn their commencement regalia. These graduates will carry the college's traditional Marshal sticks as they lead the student commencement procession. Please note, these students' names will be read first in the degree program at tomorrow's commencement ceremony. Taylor Chamberlain. Genevieve DeSisto. Megan Heeks. Sheridan McNamara. Jessica Ritako. Richard Jeffrey Scott. We have one final round of applause for all of the winners. I should now like to ask Interim President Sister Ann Kilbride to come forward to offer farewell remarks to the class of 2017. We will conclude the ceremony with the singing of the Alma Mater.
Before we depart, I want to add my congratulations to all of you who have received awards this evening. A job well done. These awards are a witness to your desire to learn and your dedicated study during your time as students at Albertus Magnus College. They also witness to the type of people you are. And so that is what makes me most proud. I also want to commend our speakers this evening. From the faculty, Professor Ron Wade, from the day program, Stacy Hurley, and from the professional graduate studies program, Monache Eastman and Emily Gallagher, who inspire us. All of you shared your insights as faculty members and as students on the college experience as you have known it. And so you did that in the name of all of us, and we are grateful. I also want to thank all who put this ceremony together this evening, especially the offices of Academic Affairs and Student Services, as well as Food Service. We're coming for the food, facilities, and IT. During commencement events, we take time to share achievements and fond memories and look at one another for inspiration in the today and tomorrow. And we've heard wonderful words of inspiration this evening. I want to leave you with another important thought. Celebrate and have fun. Just don't have too much fun that you don't show up tomorrow. Even Dominican Thomas Aquinas, patron of schools and scholars, and known for his seriousness of thought, offers us this wise advice. Now, the relaxation of the mind from work consists in playful words and deeds. Therefore, it becomes a wise and virtuous person to have recourse to such things at times. So, have some playful words and some playful deeds, and in other words, celebrate, enjoy all the fun and excitement of these days, and go party. We will see you at commencement tomorrow. Blessings on your journey. Amen.
You thought you were done clapping. So, in the book I got, it's different from the program you got. And so there was a group of people that were left off on our Alpha, Sigma, Lambda. And everyone counts. So everyone counts. So please do stand if I call your name. Louise McDade, McGrath McKinda, Rebecca Moser, Howard Payne, Richard Scott, Teresa Shelton, William Telemack, Dorothy Wands, Becky Wayne, and Zelda, my glasses, Delarte. There is one final announcement, if you would like, and I hope you will. There also is an art exhibit that's going on in the gallery, so as you're celebrating, having refreshments, you might want to go over and see the work. Thank you.